what's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to All Elite Wrestling Review, the show from October 30th, 2019. I apologize for that. This will be results for AEW Dynamite. This was also the episode where they did AEW and the Rick and Morty merge on TNT here. They were at let me see, where were they again? Oh yeah, Charleston, West Virginia, and your commentators for now was Excalibur and Glow JR Jim Ross. As far as Tony Schiavone, he'll join them later on, because the first hour he was waiting, which by the way this was the opening show for it. Tony Schiavone was waiting at the airport for Cody Rhodes, who also came with his brother Dustin Rhodes, because Cody Rhodes is going to be riding along in the limo with Tony Schiavone to go to the arena, where the show's taking place at Charleston, and Cody, and Dustin Rhodes has his own ride. So basically, it's going to be a contract signing. That's going to happen on the show. We'll get to that later. Also happened on the show, we see a recap of what happened with Jon Moxley and Pac when the match went off, in the draw, and then after the show, Pac attacks Jon Moxley with a chair and everything, and outcome for the save was Kenny Omega, and then Pac gets attacked by Adam Page, led to Pac to run away, and then Moxley goes to the office of Tony Khan for his match between Kenny Omega is going to be unsanctioned. And the matches it will not count for any wins or losses for this match, because unsanctioned lights out means you can't get any points and add it into your record for that. Moxley was upset with that, and then he storms off and all that, and that was basically it. So now we have good old JR Jim Ross and Excalibur welcoming to any viewers watching at home and pertains to AEW Dynamite. So the opening match was Hangman Adam Page representing the Elite versus Sammy Guevara representing the Inner Circle. Match itself was pretty good. It ends with Adam Page with a buckshot lariat. Since I drew a blank of that every time, but when I watched the match, I quickly remember the move of it. But yeah, he doesn't move with the dead eye, which means to be called the rite of passage. He wins it with the buckshot lariat, which is basically him springing himself back into the ring, by flipping, and then boom, clotheslines him, where he's very stiff, shades of Stan Hansen. After the match, Hangman Adam Page gets a microphone and says, it's not a secret that he has been doing very well for himself, but now tonight was a good night, and he says at Full Gear he will do some cowboy excuse me, at Full Gear he will do some I botched it again, cowboy. See, I just did it on cowboy. Okay, I didn't do it this time. Cowboy. Yeah, it was some kind of thing I had in my throat. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, he says he's gonna do some cowboy shit, and he says he's gonna take Pac's head off. Basically, that, and then get crowds chanting cowboy shit, cowboy shit, cowboy shit. So yeah, this I have a problem with. Not the promo. The promo was good. My problem is, why are we getting Pac and Adam Page again? Didn't we just get this back in AEW's pilot episode of Dynamite? I mean, if they want this to be at Full Gear, they should have built it up. Because remember, after All Out, the All Out pay-per-view, when they did the press conference for Adam Page for not getting the job done against Chris Jericho at the main event for All Out, to be the first ever inaugural AEW World Champion, and then Pac comes in to interrupt, basically starting something, and this led to and Page wanted to get back at at Pac, and I thought this was gonna lead to the match at Full Gear, they could do a proper build and all that, but they didn't. They wasted it on the first episode of AEW Dynamite, and Pac won the match though, and now we're getting this match again at Full Gear, and the problem I got with this one, not just they're gonna have a match, they're gonna wrestle each other again, which I'm pretty sure is gonna be a good match, obviously, but what's going to be on the line here? And finding out later on the show here, Pac didn't even come out to or no interview whatsoever to address anything that's going to be on the line, any or stipulation or whatever. It's just they just give us this, and that's going to happen at Full Gear, and that's it. Nothing else to get behind with on that whole situation. So yeah, I have a real problem with that. But maybe on the next one they probably will talk about it, but I digress. But it's whatever. We go backstage and we see Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. They bump into Private Party, and basically who give them some necklaces, and basically Private Party give Rock and Roll Express necklaces. So next we get Shana versus Hikaru Shida, and this was a very good women's match. And you have and take a look at Shana. Shana was pretty good. She signed with AEW after hearing about hearing about it. It's a 3-year deal for AEW. AEW is very they like what they saw in Shana against Shida, excuse me, and I thought she was impressive too. By the way, she was very impressive, very good in the ring. But the problem is she didn't really showcase that much. But she had a lot of fire in her. She showed a lot of a lot of strive. She showed a lot of spunk, and I thought she carried herself very well against Shida. Obviously, in the end, Shida won the match with a running knee strike and got the win. So Shida wins against Shana, who's now part of AEW, what pertains to having a women's division, building more women's to be part of the women's division for AEW. Video vignette of Brandy Rose with photos of the women's in the women's division that's around her. She's apparently some kind of witch now. And then we see Awesome Kong with some Barbie dolls with blonde hair, whatever, and blah blah blah. Brandy Rose screams. She blows, whatever. I'm like, the candles on that. Like, I don't care about Brandy Rose. I don't care about her wrestling. I don't care about what characters or gimmick they're put on her just for me to find any interest in her and pertains to her wrestling. As a valet for Cody Rhodes and as a manager for Awesome Kong, fine. As far as wrestling, I don't care. Next we get Chris Van Vliet. He interviews Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson of the Rock and Roll Express. They were there and they had the AEW World Tag Team Championship because they could present it to the winners for later on. But unfortunately they didn't get to because during the segment they get attacked by Proud and Powerful, which is Santana and Ortiz of the Inner Circle. And basically they took out Robert Gibson, and then they literally took out Ricky Morton from the at the stage area where they basically slammed him down, and I think they were trying to do the same thing to Robert Gibson, and then the Young Bucks came out to chase him away. Good segment there. It shows how dangerous Santana and Ortiz can be, or pertains to them, sending a message to the tag team division. We also go to to the limousine where we see Tony Schiavone and Cody Rhodes having a discussion about, about the dad, about Cody Rhodes' dad, about him being naked, at one point, where he's asking Tony, is Willie out there, Willie Nelson and whatever, actually no, not Weber. Willie Nelson was out there, and then he said yes, and then Dusty said the superstar always comes out last and everything, and then Tony Schiavone says it's good to make them wait. Basically, what he's trying to say to Cody Rhodes there, where this whole pertains to Chris Jericho with this whole contract signing thing. Cody Rhodes is, wants, basically Tony Schiavone wants Cody Rhodes to make Chris Jericho wait. And then Cody Rhodes talks about, he talks about his mom, and he wants to impress her mom, that, because she's going to be there at Full Gear. And that's something too. Cody Rhodes' mom was in that video vignette that Cody Rhodes did, where we on him facing Chris Jericho at Full Gear, with the whole thing with Randy Rose being in there and a couple of his friends and all that, and Tony Schiavone was being there as well at MJF. I think that's one thing I forgot to mention. I don't remember if I mentioned that part, but I want to mention it now. Where it seems to Cody Rhodes' mom being part of that too, because Cody Rhodes' mom is very proud of Cody always accomplishing in wrestling because of Dusty Rhodes. So that was good. It was good. And as far as this segment, I thought it was fine. It just went way too long, in my opinion. If it was short to the point, that would have been fine. But it just went too long. But either way, I thought it was fine. Then we get to QT Marshall, John Silver, and Alex Reynolds versus Best Friends, which is Trent and Chucky T, and also with Orange Cassidy. This was the part where they did the merge of AEW and Rick and Morty, because you have Rick and Morty was on the television, the video footage and everything. You had the crowds, with the Rick and Morty mask, plastic mask, by the way, and then you had the Best Friends, basically Trent dressed up like Rick, and Chucky T and Orange Cassidy dressed up like Morty. And we get this match, and Rick and Morty also did the introduction for the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. But as far as that, the match itself, I couldn't get into that much because of the whole costume they were wearing, and I get it because it was the night before Halloween. It was Halloween Eve on that edition and all that. But at the same time, I wasn't feeling it at all, because maybe because I don't watch Rick and Morty, maybe because I'm not a fan of them. Nothing against the series and all that. I think I watched a few episodes of it, but I just couldn't get into it. I'm pretty sure most of them made me laugh and everything, but at the same time, I just couldn't get into it. But if you guys are into it, that's fine. More power to you. But this was not a good fit at all for it pertains to AEW merging with Rick and Morty. I thought it was a terrible merge, especially where it pertains to on that day too and all. So, but I get it's supposed to be a Halloween thing. They want to do a Halloween thing type of way. But it just didn't work for me. But anyway, Best Friends and Orange Cassidy, they won. Now we get to the contract signing between Chris Jericho versus Cody. So AEW World Champion, the La Champion himself, Chris Jericho, comes out in a purple jacket with pumpkins all over it. Basically that pattern pumpkins all over it. And I thought it was good. But yeah, so Tony Schiavone is conducting the contract signing, and he has some kind of woman right there. So Cody and Jericho sits very separately, from opposite sides of the table, meant to say. Cody Rhodes signs the contract. He wastes no time. He just signed the contract, and then Chris Jericho, he teaches to flip the table, and then Cody was like, "Get ready," and then he's like, "Gotcha." Jericho sends, "Gotcha," and then Jericho said, "Oh, he's going to say something," but then also the crowd were chanting, "You suck," to Jericho, and Jericho says, "I don't suck. He's like skid lava sucks. I don't know. But Jericho says, this match is too big to powerbomb anyone through a table. He also said it'll clearly his biggest match ever, because if he wins, he becomes a world champion, something that he always wanted to be, even though he's already a world champion back in Ring of Honor, and pertains to being Nick Aldis last year from All In to become the NWA World's Champion. But I get what Jericho means, being world champion in AEW. Even though it's going to be even though it's going to be Cody Rhodes' first opportunity to be world champion, know that. And but they acting like this company's been around for a long time, where Cody Rhodes is finally going to get it's finally going to get the opportunity to become world champion here. I don't know, but if it was in WWE, that would make more sense. But in AEW, it just started, so. But I digress. And he says if Cody loses, then he's not good. He's not good as he think he is. And it's basically say that he's gonna teach Cody a lesson, and then Jericho's gonna do the whole click the pen thing like he did with his time in WWE with the list of Jericho. He finally does it, and he signs a contract. They stand up. Jericho once again teasing again, trying to attack Cody and all that, but he was just kidding again. And he's like, calm down, hillbillies. But anyways, and then Jericho took out his hand for a handshake to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes goes to shake his hand. They shake hands. Jericho's getting ready to leave. Cody pulls him back, and then Jericho's like, saying to Cody, we could be here, stand here all night, but I think you should take a look at this. You should be somewhere else. You need it somewhere else, basically. And also, we see, he didn't say take a look at this, but because Cody was going to do something to him, and then Jericho was basically let him know, Cody, you could stand. Cody, we could stand here, with me all night, but you might be needed elsewhere. And also, that's when the Titantron shows Sammy Guevara. And then also we see Jack Hager and Dustin Rose fighting. And then Jake Hager gets him the knee shot to the groin. Shades of what he did at Bellator for against his opponent. Yeah. And then he sends his head to the limo, and then he puts his arm to crush it on the car door. Dustin Rhodes was selling pain. Cody and MJF comes out. They were too late, unfortunately, and you have Security's out there too as well. Meanwhile, Jericho comes out. He's got his belt. He's looking all calm and everything. He's smoking a cigar, and then he says to he said, you might want to take him to the hospital, man. And he says Happy Halloween, and then also they start leaving. They took the limousine and they left, except someone else didn't go with. Someone else was not in that limousine too as well. Where pertains to sorry about that. Yeah, so as I was saying, with Jericho saying this, that they're leaving the limousine. I think it was still the limousine. I'm trying to remember if they were leaving the limousine. I noticed someone else wasn't in there in the limousine with them. And we'll get to that later. Or should I say we'll get to it shortly, because we get to the hyper end. Excuse me, the hyper end 2, which is and Hannibal and Jack Evans. They team up with Kip Sabian versus Matt and Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks, and they were just like Ryu and Ken, just like they were at Fyter Fest, with Matt Jackson being Ryu and Nick Jackson being Ken. And then Kenny Omega, I don't remember exactly. In fact, maybe look it up. Because it was a costume that Kenny Omega wore. And I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. Because it was like a Japanese character cartoon, and from anime type of cartoon character he was. Give me one moment. I'm about to find it right now. Basically, it was there was an introduction, right? His and also the video, also like a video type of thing, like it turns into like a video game type of way, and then also it also shows Kenny Omega taking shots for whatever reason to New Japan Pro Wrestling. I didn't get that at all. I don't understand that at all because I thought Kenny Omega and New Japan always had some great relationships. Um, okay, Kenny Omega was just like some kind of character from this from Undertale, I believe it's called. Yeah, I'm not gonna bullshit anyone you hear. Um, I don't know. I have no idea what this is. I don't know. I had no idea what is this really. But Undertale is what Kenny Omega was dressed up like. But let me get more into it of that Undertale. Basically, like wearing a blue puff winter coat in a way, and a mask is like a skull mask, but an anime type of way. Looking all toony and everything. Um, hmm. Yeah, not sure much about it though, but whatever. But the point is, he was basically some kind of character from Undertale. Um, but whatever. But as far as the match was, it was pretty good. Um, in the end, it was Omega getting the win over Jack Evans. Bobby Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, the Elite, the Elite. But yeah, the V trigger and then goes for the one wing angel, gets the win. Young Bucks celebrate outside the ring as Kenny Omega celebrates in the ring. Um, two fans, with Rick and Morty costumes, I mean, mask. I meant to say, they would not let go of the Young Bucks, and then all of a sudden they unmasked themselves, and it was Santana and Ortiz, proud and powerful, of the inner circle. They were left behind, just so they could finish the job to the Young Bucks. So yeah, that's one thing I was mentioning. When Jericho, Jake Hager, and Sammy Guevara left, the proud and powerful Santana and Ortiz did not leave with them, and now we know why, because they were there to beat up on the Young Bucks. But it didn't last long because Omega ends up coming for the save, basically chasing them away. Then we get to the Librarians, Peter Avalon and Leva Bates, excuse me. So basically, Peter Avalon was talking about Halloween and everything. All of a sudden, John Moxley comes out. He stops the segment. He beats up on Peter Avalon, gives him the paradigm shift. And Moxley gets on the microphone, says at Full Gear, it's unsanctioned, no time limits, no disqualifications, no rules. But the match will not officially count because it's gonna be unsanctioned lights out. And basically says to Omega that he's gonna beat him until where to pretend like okay, so he says he's gonna beat Omega, and they're gonna pretend that it's never and that it never happened, because it's unsanctioned, it's lights out, because it's not gonna count in the record books because it's an unsanctioned lights out match. So Moxley feels like AEW is treating him like a freak, that keeps him in a low box. Says that these guys are in suits always coming up to him and saying, John, you're a different kind of cat. And he says he knows what they means by that, and basically they mean that in an insulting way, that basically like he's stupid and everything. Moxley says if this is how it's going to be, he tells AEW you can shove your win and lose record up your asses. And Moxley says he will beat Omega within an inch of his life, and tells AEW and all the the suits in the back to kiss his ass and tell him to go straight down to hell, go straight to hell. And also, to stay out of his way too. And that was that. Awesome promo from Jon Moxley. And then we get to the main event for the AEW World Tag Team Championship tournament finals. The first ever inaugural AEW World Tag Team Champions between Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, SCU, versus Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix, the Lucha Brothers. You had the private party sitting at ringside for this match, and you had the Dark Order backstage somewhere to watch this match as well, because they want this match to feel some importance, because it's going to determine who's going to become the first ever inaugural tag team champions in AEW. So we get the match here, and it also been pretty good. But the problem is it didn't go that long as I thought it would. But an issue I had with this match as well was a scary issue here, where Frankie Kazarian spiked himself on the apron. Close call there, because it could have been worse. And I've seen him do these type of bumps before, in Ring of Honor, where it scared the shit out of me too from there as well. Like, damn it, man! Like, don't do that to yourself. I understand you're doing this to entertain us and everything. You're putting your body on the line, but you need to chill out with that. Oh man, it was very uncomfortable. Seeing that every time. But he hasn't been okay though, because I was worried on that. I'm worried. Sometimes accidents can happen. But luckily it was safe there. So the finish. The Lucha Brothers were going for their finishing move, the Cerro Miedo, but it was countered for somehow. I can't remember how it was done. All of a sudden, Scorpio Sky goes for inside cradle to Pentagon Jr. and Aubrey Edwards, the referee of the match, counts to 3, which it shocked the hell out of me, because in this match, not just for this match, but the entire tournament of this AEW World Tag Team Championship tournament, I predicted the Lucha Brothers to win, Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix to win the tag belts, and it didn't happen. And when I saw SCU winning it, I was in shock. I'm like, what? And that was it. SCU new, first ever AEW World Tag Team Champions. Now, I'm not mad that they won. I just couldn't believe they won. But I guess in a way, storyline wise, it makes sense, because SCU want to get back at the Lucha Brothers for taking out Christopher Daniels, the fallen brother of FCU, and this was the way to get them back at them, by beating them in this finals, and for them to be tag team champions instead of the Lucha Brothers. But wow, so what's gonna happen here now? A rematch, maybe? We'll see. Well, it depends on what's gonna happen. Obviously you need a tag team title match, have that full gear, but we'll see if that ends up happening. But there you go, folks. That was AEW Dynamite, with the whole merge of Rick and Morty. Basically for a chance to fit Halloween, Halloween Eve, to say the least, basically. So, Toma Wrestling for AEW Dynamite from October 30th, 2019. So I'm assuming there's 5 matches. Yeah, 5 matches. And my overall strength for the show, I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. It could have been a better show, but I still enjoyed the show for what it was. And that being said, thank you all for watching for this Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets. But this was your All Elite Wrestling review, what pertains to AEW Dynamite from October 30th, 2019, Halloween Eve. Until next time, folks, for this All Elite Wrestling review, you all take care.